Good morning, sir. Good morning, classmates. I am Genesis Stars, one of the reporter for today, and our topic is all about the multiplication rules and conditional probability. And my topic is all about the multiplication rule. The multiplication rules can be used to find the probability of determining the likelihood of events. First of all, I want to talk about is independence of events. Independence of events, well, two events are independent if they do not affect one another. Like for example, rolling a 6 and then rolling a 3 with a normal 6-sided die. These events are independent because rolling a 6 does not change the probability of rolling a 3. It's still going to be 1 out of 6. The same is true the other way around, like rolling a 3 will not change the probability of rolling a 6. Well, to answer this, we have the multiplication rule for independent events, which is the probability of A and B is the probability of A times the probability of B. So the probability of getting 6 and 3 is the probability of 6, which is 1 out of 6, times the probability of 3, which is 1 out of 6. So the probability of getting a both 6 and 3 is 1 out of 36. And that is the multiplication rule for independent events. Another example. A coin is flipped and a dice rolled. Find the probability of getting a head on a coin and a 4 on a die. By following the formula, which is the probability of A and B is the probability of A times the probability of B. So the probability of getting head and 4 is the probability of head, which is 1 out of 2, times the probability of 4, which is 1 out of 6. So the probability of getting a both head and 4 is 1 out of 12. Hence, the probability is equal to 1 out of 12 since there is only one way to get the head on a coin and a 4 on a die outcome. Next is dependence of events. Dependence of events, well, two events are dependent if they do affect one another. Like for example, drawing a king and then drawing a queen from a deck of cards. Find the probability of these events. These events are dependent because drawing a king changes the probability of drawing a queen without the king in the deck. The probability of drawing a queen changes from 4 out of 52 to 4 out of 51. This taking one card from deck changes the probability of another event because there is now less card in the deck, which is why dependent events because the presence of one event affects the probability of another. Now, I might want to ask you, what is the probability of drawing a king and then drawing a king or queen from a deck of cards? Remember, these are dependent of events because to answer this, we have the general multiplication rule for dependent slash conditional event. Conditional event are, let's say, dependent events, and it's something like this. We have the probability of both A and B occurring is the probability of A times the probability of B, given that A has the occur. That's what that means. So in this case, the probability of getting king and queen is, first of all, the probability of A is 4 out of 52 because there are 4 kings in the deck of cards or in the deck of 52 cards, and then the probability of B having drawing A already is 4 out of 51 because there are 4 queens in the deck of cards, but now there are only 51 cards left because we already taken out the king. So you multiply those things and you get 16 out of 2652, which answer being about 1 out of 169. 1 out of 169 changes that you will draw a king and then a queen. Another example. Worldwide Insurance Company found that 53% of the residents of the city had homeowners insurance, which is H, with the company of these clients. 27% also had automobile insurance, or A, with the company. If a resident is selected at random, find the probability that the resident has both homeowners and automobile worldwide insurance company. So, by following the formula, we have the probability of both A and B occurring is the probability of A times the probability of B, given that A has the occur. So we can also write those percentage as decimals by dividing the percentage amount by 100 to easily multiply it in the decimal places if it is in the decimal places. Okay, the probability of H, which is 0.53, and the probability of A, given that H has the occur, which is 0.27. And the answer is 0.1431, or if you want to get the percentage of it, you will be multiply it by 100 so you can get the 14%. Hence, the probability is 14% that the resident has both homeowners and automobile worldwide insurance company. So, get the multiplication rule for independent and dependent of event. And now the difference between independent or dependent events, conditional events being based the same thing, and also understand how to use the multiplication rule for independent events and dependent events, and adjust your calculation accordingly. That's all. Thank you.